On the SD-90, you have several different types of USB ports. On the rear of the unit, you have a USB Type B slave port. This port is intended to be connected to a computer or a USB host or any device that can accept a USB host connection. This is a bidirectional port and can send MIDI data to and from the unit. Typical use would be to interface with a computer, which allows you to send information to and from a DAW such as Logic or Reaper or Cakewalk. On the side of the unit are 3 USB host connections. These are typically used to expand or to transfer files to and from the SD-90. So they serve as thumb drive or flash drive ports. But in addition, they are also USB host MIDI ports. So if you have a device that has a USB slave port, you can connect that device directly to the SD-90. Okay, so this is a Type A USB host port we're all familiar with, plugs typically into a computer. This is a USB Type B slave port. This would typically plug into a printer or into any device that has a slave connector on it. So I'll give you an example. First one here is this is a small Novation MIDI keyboard, and it has your conventional DIN MIDI in and outs, but it also has a USB slave port. So one of the things that I'm able to do is I could plug the host side of the connector into the SD-90 as such, and I can take this end and I can plug it into the controller as such. And if you notice now, the SD-90 will recognize the Novation, and a pop-up comes up that says device USB audio impulse connected successfully. So now with that connected, I can press buttons on the, or keys on the unit, and you'll see that I have MIDI connectivity to the SD-90. Okay. Additionally, I'll give you another example. This is a wireless unit that I use, and I can plug. This wireless unit also has a USB slave port in it, so I'm able to take this and I'm able to plug it into the SD-90. And again, the SD-90 detects it and should put a pop-up up that says that there is a wireless USB MIDI transceiver connected, and it does. Okay, so that's the advantages, or one of the features of the SD-90 is that you can send data to it both using the slave port and the side USB host ports, and it makes it nice. So for example, my Roland FR8X has a USB slave port on it also, so I'm able to connect one wire to it, giving me typically connectivity so that I can send MIDI data to the SD-90. Okay, so I hope that kind of clears up the features and capabilities and what those ports can be used for, and it makes it a little clearer.